Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to talk about a rule of thumb that a lot of strong players use, and you should start using in your games as well to improve your rating in chess. This is a rule I learned with Grandmaster Igor Smirnov, and he's got a really nice YouTube channel about chess here on YouTube. You can check it out, certainly. It's a great content. And in his channel, he teaches this principle, which is to take is a mistake. It's very simple. You should start keeping the tension for a little longer. And that's what strong players do. And we should start doing the same thing if we want to improve in chess. Because sometimes we have that eager of capturing pieces and trading pieces. And that's basically what we do, what we go for when we don't know what to do. We reach a position, we don't know exactly what to do. So we go ahead and start trading pieces. But that's not really good, because when we initiate trades, we end up helping our opponents to develop their pieces and improve their positions. So we have to evaluate when it's useful, when it's good to trade pieces, and when it's not. So this is what stronger players do. They keep the tension for a little longer. So that's what we're going to see here in this example. We have a very typical Scotch game. I like to play this opening myself. It's one of my favorite openings to play as white. And there's something very interesting that happens in this position when we play the Scotch. So very simple starting position of Scotch game here, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, d4. This is the starting position of the Scotch game. So I might have said Scotch defense, but it's actually Scotch game. So in this position, the main line is for black to take the pawn, and when we recapture here, we have some variations and some lines. I already put the arrows here, and believe it or not, guys, this is not the good move. If you check the Masters database, you can see that the most common move is actually moving the bishop here, but the amateur players, they usually go for this knight capture here. They can't stand the tension between the two knights looking at each other and trying to capture each other, and they break the tension too early, way too early, and go for the trades. But when this happens, when they take this knight here, we're going to recapture with the queen, and suddenly we have a much better position as white. This capture only helped white to develop more pieces. Now we have one piece developed, while black has no pieces developed. We have a central pawn, black has nothing. And black doesn't even have this knight here to move and harass the queen, win a tempo against the queen. So it's actually a very bad move to take the knight here in the center. That's why we should try to keep the tension a little longer. That's why we learned that to take is a mistake. So taking this knight here is not a really good idea. It's only going to help white develop the position. The same goes for white here. Taking this knight here is not a really nice idea, because it's only going to help black. Black's going to take with this pawn or this pawn, and it's going to open some lines, and their pieces are going to be more active. That's why black usually goes for this move right here, bishop to c5, adding more pressure to the piece here. Oops, adding more pressure. I cannot get the arrows right today. And now we have to do something, because this piece is being attacked twice, and I have only one defender, and it's the queen, so I don't want to sacrifice the queen here for nothing. I have to add another defender here. The classical Scotch goes for this move, but I like to play the Potter variation, where I move the knights to b3. Now I am the one attacking the bishop, and they have to move this bishop again. Okay, we're going against some principles here in the opening, moving the same piece twice. But our opponent is going to have to move the same piece twice, dropping back the bishop, so it's okay. It's a fair trade. Okay, this is the variation I like to go for, which is the Potter variation. I have a video about this variation. It's really nice to play, very easy to play. I'll leave a card up here so you can check out this video. It's really good. So here, black's probably going to drop the bishop back. We're going to play queen to e2 with the idea of advancing this pawn in the future and castling queen side very quickly here, going to develop the pieces, and castle king side, leave our rook here aiming at the queen on the center of the board on this open file. Black's probably going to play maybe d6 here. There are some other lines, of course. We're going to develop our pieces like we said. Knight comes here, bishop here, then we can castle long. Black's going to start developing their pieces as well. Now they play knight to f6, we play bishop to e3, and here again we have a similar situation where to take is a mistake. Black is going to see the bishops staring at each other and they want to release the pressure, and they are going to do it too early, way too early. So if Black goes for this capture here, if they capture the bishop, what we're going to do is we're going to just recapture with the queen, and suddenly we have a better position again. We have a lot of pieces developed. We're ready to castle here, putting the rook on the line of sight of the queen here on the same file. This is just a great position for white, and it's even already better. You know, it's plus 0.5 for white according to the engine. So this position is just better for white. So what they should be doing here is, instead of taking the bishop, is just castling or playing some other developing move, keeping the tension between the bishops, not capturing and releasing the tension too early. For example, castles is a great move here. White's probably going to do the same thing, but long castles. Now we have all our pieces basically developed here. We just have to develop these two. We have a very good central pawn. It's a great position. If Black goes for this developing move, bishop to e6, we play king b1, and we have a great game to go. And the tension's still here, right? The bishops are still staring at each other, and at the right moment we should capture. But we need a good reason to do that, not only helping our opponent to develop and get a more active position. So that's why to take is a mistake. This simple rule is going to help you to improve your rating by a lot. And if you like this video, guys, remember, please like and subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell as well, and leave a comment. And I see you guys in the next one.